Hello, football family. Welcome into NFL Draft Snapshot. Have a good one today. Nathaniel Tank Dell, receiver out of Houston. One of the more polarizing prospects, I think, in this draft, where there's a lot of prospects bunched together in that second and third round range. Tank Dell is one of them. I like him. I really like him. Now, what people won't like about him is what you see below in the measurables. 5'8", 165. And he's not a blazer. 4.49 40 time. That 40 time adds up to the tape, to me at least. I don't see a burner. I didn't see it at the Senior Bowl either. He's going to drop on some teams' boards, or maybe be off the board completely because of his height and weight. A lot of teams just won't touch receivers that are that small. And if you're a Ravens fan, a lot of Ravens fans come to this channel. I mean, that's smaller than Hollywood Brown. That's an inch shorter than Hollywood Brown. His arms are shorter than Hollywood Brown. So that really inhibits him downfield. But there's a lot of good news when it comes to Tank Dell. Best feet in the draft, any position. Probably best feet in the draft. I would compare it to Garrett Wilson last year, maybe even a little better. Elite quickness, as quick as you're going to get. I'm not talking about elite quickness for a draft prospect. I'm talking about he's going to have elite level quickness in the NFL. He's that quick. Watch some of his Senior Bowl. Go ahead, YouTube it, search it. Senior Bowl standout. He looks different from all the other receivers. They just couldn't hang with him, and it was a good group of corners. For the most part, they got the better of the receivers, but not Tank Dell. He was a standout at the Senior Bowl. Look at the numbers below. Standout touchdowns. I mean, it puts to rest the myth that you have to be a big receiver to score touchdowns. This man has scored 30 touchdowns in the last 2 years. Last year, 17 receiving touchdowns. Added in a punt return touchdown last year for good measure. He wins with quickness. It's impossible to stick with him off the line. So if it's 3rd and goal from the 4 or 5, 6 yard line, you can count on Tank Dell getting open quickly. Quick hitter. If they blitz, it doesn't matter. Tank Dell is going to find space. Not afraid to go get the ball either, despite his size. I've seen him sky for a ball or two, get knocked in the back. It doesn't seem to bother him. He is fearless when the ball is in the air. So 30 touchdowns the last 2 years. That's as good as it gets. A big part of that Houston offense. Now, because of his quickness, he's not relegated to the slot, in my opinion, because of his quick release. Again, saw this over and over again at the Senior Bowl, him just beating guys off the line. He's just too quick. Lightning lateral quickness, lightning lateral separation. When he gets out of his breaks and he makes that cut, doesn't matter which way he goes. He's got a little bit of creativity into him, which helps, but he's just too quick for any quarterback to stay with. So you're talking about that shows in his touchdown numbers. It shows in the ability of him to run different routes. He will shake you. You have to be very patient. You want to try to get physical with him at the line of scrimmage, but quite frankly, sometimes it's hard to touch him. So I don't think he's going to be relegated as a slot receiver only. I think that you could put him on the line of scrimmage, and he'd be able to beat most corners there. So size will drop him down the board, like some teams' board. He might be off the board. My biggest question with him is he a possession receiver only? Because at 5'8", he's 5'8", he runs a 4.49. And think about throwing a ball 40 yards downfield. You can see some of this on tape. The cornerbacks that are guarding him are 4 or 5 inches taller, at least, than him. They run faster than him. So if you're going to loft the ball downfield, he has to have really beaten that man, fooled that man completely in order to have time to get the ball over without the cornerback catching up and swatting it down. So the short arms and the height of Tank Dell probably boxes him in my opinion, to a possession receiver that you can take a few deep shots a year. Like I said, when his route running and he just completely fools somebody, you can count on him. But 4.49 at 5'8", it's just not going to work downfield against most NFL cornerbacks most of the time. So he may be a possession receiver despite being a 5'8", 165-pounder, somebody you can count on to move the chains and get you in the end zone. I have him all the way up at wide receiver 9 on my board. That's higher than I see him most places. I've seen him in 4th round, 5th round, a lot of boards. Not to me. For me, he's projected a day 2 player. He's just got an extreme elite NFL quality of quickness, and it deserves to be respected. And I believe that he will make a name for himself in the NFL. He also has that punt return ability, and maybe, you know, over a couple of years he can add to his frame a little bit and bulk up. But fearless, he definitely is a fearless player. He knows when to get down and when when to get out of bounds when he needs to. But when it comes to going up and catching the ball, he is fearless. Check out my big board in the description of this video. Thank you for all your support. Football is family, and we'll see you next time.